Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Defining Discipline podcast. I'm your host, Scott. This is episode 330, as well as day 330 of my journey. At the beginning of the year, I challenged myself to run 365 days in a row, all outside, bearing the elements, whatever they may bring. I also challenged myself to run 1,500 miles within this time frame. Also, to run 2 big races within this yearly time frame. One of those races being a 50K ultramarathon trail race. That was on day 156 of my journey. I was able to finish that 31-mile race within 7 hours, 15 minutes, and 22 seconds. That was the Yankee Springs 50K trail race out in Middleville, Michigan. The next race that came up within this yearly time frame was the Detroit Free Press Marathon. That was on day 290. I ran that 26.2-mile race within 3 hours, 57 minutes, and 28 seconds. I was shooting for a sub 4-hour time, so just hit that and was very excited about that time as well. As you can tell, today being day 330, not only was I able to run those races, but I was able to run those races and keep the run streak alive. So let's actually break down the mileage for the day today, day 330. Got out there, put in 5.6 miles for the day today. That put me at 30.1 miles for the week, which put me at 181.3 miles for the month, which put me at 1,540.7 miles for the year. Want to focus in real quickly. Before we focus in real quickly on these monthly miles, just want to bring up the fact that we have crossed over the yearly goal of 1,500 miles. We're at 1,540.7. Haven't officially set a new goal for 1,750, but that is kind of the area where I'm trying to land, somewhere in the 1,700s. I'm hoping I can hit before the end of the year. So now let's go back to the monthly miles of 181.3. Trying to get a personal record of breaking in the 200s for the monthly miles. I did do, I think, 201 in July. I'm trying to go into 200 in the teens somewhere. 200 teens is where I'd like to be for a month. For a personal record, but right now we're sitting at 181.3. And every single month I challenge myself to run an actual 100-mile challenge in honor of a charity in which I donate money to, as well as start a coinciding fundraiser to try to raise money and awareness for. So for the first 10 months, raise money for 10 great charities. Now we're here within the 11th month, raising money for another great charity. This month's charity for the month of November, the 100-mile challenge, we are raising money for Movember. If you'd like to find out more about Movember, as well as make your donations and be able to share and help raise awareness for this month's fundraiser, you can find the link to do so of all three on the Defining Discipline Instagram story or the Defining Discipline Facebook story, or my personal page's Instagram story or my personal page's Facebook story. Within any of those stories, you click on the link within the story and it'll take you to the actual Facebook page where, like I said, you're able to learn more about the cause itself, make your donations, as well as click on that share button to be able to help raise awareness for this cause throughout this month. Want to throw in quick disclaimer. One, all donations that get made to this cause and fundraiser go directly to this cause and fundraiser. Facebook is not taking any percentage or portion of your donations, so do keep that in mind. But another disclaimer I just wanted to throw in there, if you do go to make a donation to this month's fundraiser, keep in mind as well that on November 30th, it is Giving Tuesday. And for that, Facebook is matching all donations that get made on that day. So if you do want to donate to this fundraiser, maybe wait until November 30th, the last day in the month that you can donate even after to this month's fundraiser, to keep that in mind. But maybe wait until November 30th, donate, and then your donations will get matched. So basically, you're doubling whatever you donate will go to this cause. Facebook will match it and send it as well off to this cause. So keep that in mind. That is another thing to think about if you are going to make a donation to this month's fundraiser. Other than that, let's kind of get right into today's actual episode. Today is day 330. But as always, right before we do get into today's episode, we are going to go over the word of the day. And today's word of the day is maitre d'. A maitre d' is the head waiter of a dining room, staff of a restaurant or hotel. Maitre d'. Let's see. I do not. I think it's probably French. It seems French. Oh yeah, there it goes. So it is a French word. So for November 26th, the word of the day is maitre d'. Now, let's get into today's actual episode. Episode 330, day 330. Today's theme for today's episode is hydrate. And I wanted to talk about that for a couple specific reasons. One, because it is very important to hydrate. It is something that I've been lacking, and that's kind of what I wanted to get into. It's kind of getting cold weather, or the cold weather is rolling in, and when you're out there during the cold weather and you're running, you don't feel like you are sweating as much and you're losing as much. You're not getting as dehydrated as much. But that is definitely not the case. I know from personal experience and me being out there, I definitely get almost more dehydrated out there in the winter, and it's probably because the lack of me thinking I need water or need to take water or drink as much water. It is very important to stay hydrated. I can just tell from the few days I don't hydrate, or I don't bring a little bit of water with me and drink it, or I don't drink as much water throughout the day. I can just tell how my muscles feel like they are really tight and they want to, I want to get like Charlie horses, and they just feel like they want to just really tense up. And the more I am hydrated, the more it doesn't feel like I'm going to cramp or anything like that. So I feel a lot more cramp prone, especially even when I'm out there running on some days. The bottom of my feet feel like they're getting tight and they want to cramp up. And then I'll just start drinking a little bit of water while I'm out there, and I can feel them starting to loosen a little bit, and it's not so bad. And again, it all feels when you're out there, the cold air, and just being out there, you don't feel like, you're being exerted enough to be dehydrated that much. But truly you can be. And I think in general, overall, I feel like a lot of us are going through life being dehydrated. Even, again, me, myself, putting in a lot more miles and running as much, it's given me the more of an excuse to drink more soda, to get up my calorie intake, and I've just indulged more in soda, and I've been not drinking as much water, not staying as hydrated as I need to be in general. I know it's something I could do better at, and I know it's something that is very, very important, especially with trying to put in all these miles and keep my body in the best shape as possible. If I want to do that, I need to stay hydrated on a good level. So that is something I'm trying to work at, and I'm going to be working at as much as possible here throughout this winter, is to drink as much water as possible and try to get as much good nutrients in as well, but to stay truly hydrated, and to realize that you can get just as dehydrated out here within this cold weather. So that's something to keep in mind, and to really think about the importance of hydration is something as well to keep in mind. So that is actually going to be your daily discipline for the day, and is to realize that hydration is something that is very key and very important in maintaining not only your physical ability for exercise and athletics, but just your overall physical ability and your mental health. Being hydrated truly plays a huge role on our everyday life that we don't realize. So for that, again, your daily discipline is to try to make sure you can stay and maintain being hydrated throughout your day. And try to do it every single day. Try to drink enough water. If you're going to drink soda, that's fine. If you're going to drink beer or whatever else you're going to drink, that's fine. But try to drink enough water as well to, um, you know, kind of counteract how whatever it is that you're drinking that may be dehydrating you. And don't, there's nothing wrong with drinking Gatorade and all that stuff, but drinking that and instead of just drinking water, sometimes thinking, oh, this is just going to hydrate me as much, but also using it because it has flavor, realize there's just as much carbs and sugar in it. And if you're not burning it off, maybe you're not exercising enough, that is also not going to be the answer to hydrate yourself. Sometimes just drinking good old water could be the best thing for you. So try to get a nice regimen down of just drinking so much water per day. And then kind of maybe, like I said, making a system where you realize that you drink so much water a day, but if you drink something else that's not water, you can also make up for it by adding even a little bit more water to that to maybe help filter out whatever it is you're drinking. And it helps your kidneys and all of that as well. So stay hydrated. It does well for your body. That is something that I need to very well do a better job at. So it's something that I kind of wanted to bring up, that I've been noticing, and I've been bringing water with me these last few runs and drinking it throughout these runs. But I know that I still need to work on throughout the day drinking more water and staying hydrated and hydrating myself. So that is something I wanted to talk about today. That is going to be the episode for today. So thanks for following along and listening. If you guys can, please give the podcast a like, a subscribe, a follow, and a share on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and whatever podcast streaming platform you've been found along and listening on. Other than that, just stay disciplined, and I will see you guys tomorrow for episode 331. Get your daily discipline done as well. Get your donations in. And until tomorrow, guys, peace out.